Good afternoon. Lee Mallett from Mallett Buildings. Let's start out talking about home improvement versus a licensed contractor for a few seconds or a few minutes. Then I'm going to get to something that I found out this afternoon on a competitor. But anyway, remember, you can check and see if a person is a licensed contractor by going to the LSLBC website. It'll ask for the name of the contractor. You type it in. If he's a licensed contractor, it's going to pop up. If he's one of them home improvement registered handymen, that'll pop up too. But there is a difference. A licensed contractor has to be tested. A licensed contractor has to go through through continuing education. A home improvement registrant handyman, all he does is give us $50. He gets a work comp policy, and he's out there acting like he's a contractor. So be careful. You know, it's better to get a licensed contractor, because if someone wants to be in the business, why don't they become a licensed contractor? Why just a registered handyman building buildings that people are going to make homes out of, possibly, or for whatever reason? You need to get someone who's licensed. You would never hire a doctor that wasn't licensed. You never hire a plumber that wasn't licensed. You never hire an electrician that wasn't licensed. I tell you, be careful, because the frame of the building is more important. If that's not done right, the plumbing doesn't matter, the electrical doesn't matter, none of that matters. Now, this is a picture that was handed to me by one of my salesmen a few minutes ago. I want you to take note of this. This guy is he's nailing 3 2x6s together, white wood, to make his posts. He's going to this system right here where they actually put rebar down in the cement and they keep it above ground. The problem with this is these 2 little bolts right here is the only strength he has. If they shear, it's gone. Same thing in a steel building. Steel building sits on top of the slab. I don't care how big the beam is. Those anchor bolts, when they shear, building's gone every time. One other problem I see with this, there's going to be no warranty against termites because it's white wood. There's no warranty against rot and fungal decay. But notice this. He puts a ground-treated board on the bottom, which is proper. Then he comes back and puts 3 pieces of white wood at ground level, same as this. Does that make any sense? Cutting costs. That's all that is. First of all, that's not a land beam. You can't get this engineered. The only way to do this, this is done in the industry, but it's a land beam. And a land beam can be used for engineering purposes, just like a piece of 6x6, which is a dimensional number, can be engineered. A 5x5 is not a dimensional number. You can't find that in lumberyard. It's cheap, and there's a bunch of them using those too. You need to watch for that. But this is what I'm talking about. You've got to watch this. Next thing that I noticed is going on, I don't know what he's doing here. Look at his purlins. It looks like they're toenailed in between the rafters. I don't know how. That's the only way I can see he's securing these points. And so there's no break joining anywhere. Whenever you put purlins, you break join them. If you run them continually, it's not as strong, and you have a tendency, if the wind pulls, it just does this. Whereas if they're broke in the middle, you break joining the purlins as they go. Same thing with your wall girts. But I don't know what that's all about. I thought I'd point that. Be careful of that, because I don't know how that got engineered. I doubt very seriously building could have got engineered. But the biggest problem with this building is is not all treated. Therefore, Louisiana is one of the heaviest infested termite regions in the country. You have no protection against termites. No protection against rot and fungal decay. If the roof springs a leak, this white wood is going to deteriorate. Whereas if it was a treated piece of wood, it would laugh at it. So I wanted to bring that up. You know, the other thing is, when they build their windows, see how they frame them out? We put a 4x4 there. We frame out with a 4x4, then come on our frame to support the window. Okay? Plus, the 4x4 goes down in the ground just like the posts do, okay, in a post protector, and basically creates more strength. Now, let's see, there's something else I was going to show y'all. What is it? Oh, their rafters, they use their webbings, they're 2x4s. We use 2x6s on all our trusses. 100%. Your top boards, your bottom cord, top cords, bottom cords, all 2x6s, and all of our bracing, webbing it's called, in between, which is where your support comes from, is all 2x6s. Now I'm sure that if you were to call him, he would tell you build the same thing as I do. That's what they do. That's not true. Be careful. Once again, I'm going to continue to research some of this stuff that's going out there and point it out to you, because you need to start looking for this stuff. Once again, just like I'm sure I hadn't seen his contract, but I'm sure it's a one page like this one, which don't make sense either because there's nothing here that you can pin him on. So, use the specification sheet. Call me for a bid. I will give you a bid. It will be very specific about what I'm going to sell you. Over here, get him to initial it, that he's doing the same thing I'm doing. Then get him to sign it. And if you go with him and he doesn't do what's on this piece of paper, you got him. You got him. And you should have him. So be careful. I continue to pound on this, and I'm going to say it again. These kind of people is who I see every month when I go to Baton Rouge and sit there through all those hearings all day long, because people are complaining, people are filing complaints because they're having shoddy work, or they're getting taken advantage of. There's just an array of things. I invite you to come to a meeting in Baton Rouge. Be my guest. I'm chairman of the State Contractors Board. I'll be glad to meet you there, take you around the new office we've got there, introduce you to the whole board, and sit in a meeting. And then you'll kind of understand why this kind of stuff, whatever it's called, is disappointing to me as a licensed contractor, because these are the type of guys that give good contractors bad names. Call us at 337-515-2154, which is my personal cell phone number, by the way. And if you buy a building from me, you will be able to contact me. Or call the office at 337-214-0428. Have a good afternoon. Thank you for listening, and be sure you share this. Thank you.